In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you an update that is currently ongoing and you as a legally smart creator should know. And if you stick around until the end of the video, you might just be a beneficiary of something wonderful. Having said that, let's get started. A few weeks ago, I sat in a room in Abuja with key stakeholders from the Central Bank of Nigeria, the Nigerian Copyright Commission, the Ministry of Trade and Investment, which is a blend of trademarks and patent, the World Intellectual Property Organization, WIPO, and of course, financial banks. And this time, they were not talking about protecting your work. They were talking about something bigger, turning your work into collateral, into an asset in the real sense of the word, something that you can borrow against the same way a business can borrow against a physical asset, as it were. If this sounds far from the reality that you have envisioned, stay with me, because in this video, I'm going to be telling you all about it. As it stands, do you think that you can get funding to push your creativity, relying on your creativity? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear from you, but this is what is happening. The Copyright Act recognizes intellectual property as an asset. The Investment and Security Act of 2025 broadens the definition of securities to include digital and virtual assets. So the laws are there. However, the real gap may lie in the need for a deliberate policy direction and the will required to drive the implementation and the acceptance of these IP assets between both traditional and non-traditional financial institutions. So what is happening is an ongoing conversation between organizations that care about the creative economy and the creative industry, and relevant key stakeholders are discussing how businesses and creators, and that's where you come in, can access funding based on the intellectual properties. For me, that's good news for the creative community, for me, and it's why I bring it to you. So this conversation is between relevant key stakeholders when it comes to accessing funding and intellectual property as a whole, having conversations to building a framework that works for you. And the goal in one sentence will be to let businesses and creators where you come in to leverage intellectual property to raise and access funding to further drive their creativity. This is an active policy push that is moving fast enough. And I thought you, my legally smart creator, should know. And the part that most creators miss is that you do not have to wait for this framework or a system to be finished to get ready to benefit from it. Copyright registration in Nigeria is optional by law. You do own your copyright the minute that you create the work. And this is something I do not hesitate to tell you because it is the truth. But owning something informally and being able to prove to a bank that you own it, or a potential investor or a potential licensing partner, are two separate things. That you own it and able to prove it with documentation that you do own it. Two separate things, right? When this framework matures, and even before it fully does, the creators who will get funded and will be taken seriously will be the ones who can hand over a clean slate of documentation to begin with. It will then be critical to have a copyright registration document at the very least to show a clean chain of ownership. Not because the law demands it, as it were, but because the money that you will demand it first. And so the real question is not whether IP securitization is ready yet, but are you, my legally smart creator, ready for when this comes, or even when you decide to drive it on your own? So how do you actually get ready? There are two parts, and both are valid depending on where you're at right now. If you want to do it yourself, I'm happy to walk you through a step-by-step copyright registration procedure together with practical tips that most people usually get wrong when they try to do it themselves, so that you can go register today what you own and have a certificate that you can present as proof of what you own. And if you'd rather have it handled for you so that you can get on the other side that creativity demands without the burden of sorting documentation yourself, and the team at LSCC is more than happy to help you. You can send a message right here and the team will be happy to help you here. The first is for creators who are willing to learn and have the time to do it themselves. And the other is for creators who would rather have someone do it for them. I often say in the IP program, I can do my own laundry if I try, but I wouldn't because it's not the best use of my time. And I'd rather spend that time making these videos for you. So if you want a deeper version and more understanding on becoming a legally smart creative and you're not a part of the legally smart creative community, you have a chance to become a part of the community by taking the LSCC IP copyright program, which is built for creators to understand more about the intellectual property rights, how to protect and then monetize from it. So you're not just registering your copyright without really understanding everything behind it. And so the legally smart creative community is for creators who want more, who know they deserve more and want more. So registration is wonderful, and understanding what you own is a lifetime skill, and I'm happy to walk you through that. So check the link in the description to be a part of the Legally Smart Creative community. And so if you'd like to take your creativity to the next level, understanding more about your intellectual property rights, protecting it, leveraging it, and monetizing it as much as is possible, then the LSCC IP copyright program is for you, and the link to enroll will be in the description. You also get to be a part of the Legally Smart Creative community, where we share insights to community members only. And if not, of course, you can enjoy these videos that we put up for you and trust that you'll find it very useful as well. If you're still watching this video, here is the update, which hopefully is good news for you. And the interesting thing is, if you're still here at this time, sometimes the scholarships open for enrollment in the LSCC program. So it might be your lucky day because there are organizations that support the creative community and sponsor students or creators in the program. So you can check the link in the description. If it's open, you might get yourself a scholarship as well. And having said that, I see you in the next one. If you want to learn more about a business structure for your creativity, then you should watch this video right here. That should be your next stop. I am Abisola Esq, IP lawyer and the founder of LSCC, empowering creators to protect and profit from their work. And I'll see you over there.